I think what I want to do is change my spawning system. What I have is an array of rounds that looks something like this. I'd say which type of enemy spawns, how many spawn, the starting point for when they start spawning, and the interval. Okay. So what I then have is a timer somewhere. That just gets increased every frame. Okay, it looks something like this. Now, the idea is that I check if the timer is greater or equals to time start. Okay. That's an if check. This is how I do it. And then essentially we just keep it like that. Then I spawn. Spawn. And I decrease the counter. Count minus minus. Okay, so essentially this is how I do it. What I thought would be a cool idea is getting rid of this counter. And then just saying, okay, well, we have a start. We have an end. Let's say that is 40 seconds into the level. And we have a time step. And then using the start and end, I can defer, or I can determine the count by dividing end minus start divided by the step. You know, that would give me the count. The reason why I have not done this in the beginning is because I like seeing the count here. I like to see how many units are going to spawn. And I think it is easier to balance this number than to balance a start and end value and then somehow use a calculator to figure out how many it actually spawns, you know. But this is less error prone, essentially. Why is he coding in Paint? To help you guys understand what I'm thinking and doing. There's many theories about that. Most popular is that he was dropped as a baby and now in some permanently concussed clown state and just does clown things. I see, I must apologize in that case. Must be very difficult for him then. Did you actually believe that? Count sounds easier to manage. Yeah, count sounds easier to manage, you're right. But then I would need to have this data. And I need to manage that data somehow. And I need to always copy over this data. And so the reason why this doesn't work is because... Where do I put this? I have... So essentially, I have this data duplicated. I have the const... const spawn data. We have the const spawn data, and then we have the count minus minus and no default, hence duplicating, I guess. Yeah, so we have the const data that is usually this, and then in the state we have this duplicated. I guess we make a duplicated. A state, I guess. State spawn data. And so, like this is literally just a mirror of the other one, where I do count minus minus. And this never gets changed because it's const. So this never gets changed. It always, the state spawn data does the count minus minus. Welcome to Rebel, so it's cheap. Yeah, but I don't have space on it. I have one actually from Techbox North. The thing I don't like with your coding style is you're always checking for things, even if they are done. I'd implement some timer that holds a lambda and removes itself when that happens. Yeah, but like, it's not a big deal. I can understand why you don't like it, but it's not a big deal in terms of performance. Alright guys, I'm gonna test this spawn system rework. What I'm gonna do here is have start and end, and then just determine the count from that. So for example, yeah, we're gonna extend the data really quickly. And the cool thing is I can do this while the game's running. Just add data in. Spawn batch. So let's see, 20 times 2. Wonder what that is. 40. Actually, we can do it like this because it's const. Wait, that's so easy. I still know the count here. The count is in this. It's actually super easy. We just need to have the start. Yeah, the compiler will do the work for me. It's actually really easy. We do start plus step times count. It's actually in there as well. Really easy, lol. Actually, this is 22 times 2. Then over here, dot time end. This is 20 plus 4 times... Oh wait, 6 times 4. Can I do... Is this possible? Nah. This doesn't work, right? Nah, it doesn't work. Okay. Whatever you do, these people are going to gauge whether rules can be bent or not. Oh, you guys are talking about this. Okay, fine. Then that leaves me time to do here. Timestamp, that would be dot time end is 20 times 2. The time end is 12 times 4 and 20 plus. The time end is 12 plus 1, so plus 2 essentially. Wouldn't this be... This could be 2. Right? So it starts on 12, spawns 1. I think it might work with inline initializers if you set the struct, if you set it in the struct declaration, Also way easier than doing it for every single instance. Not sure, like, could you show me a code example of what you mean, Trinko? I don't know what you mean with that. Not sure what that means, bro. Dot time end is 5 plus 40. Here you go. The time end is 30 plus 4 times 14. I think this is too slow. The 14 here. Time step. This gotta be less. I think I want it to be 8. We could still do 8 there. In the struct you have to say int time end, change it to time end is a plus b. You think I can do it in the time end is count plus, wait, time start plus count times time step? Is that what you mean? Like that? Is that possible? Yeah, you can initialize members directly since 17, I think. And so then when I say count here, 4, I don't need the time end? Is that possible? Really? What the fuck, bro? That's possible? Even on Clang? No way. Wait a minute. Do we have a C++ Giga chat? What if that rework compiles 1 millisecond slower? 1 millisecond? Who cares about 1 millisecond, bro? We're gonna try this then. I'll actually try this. Or you could have 2 different constructors, which is way simpler and explicit. But it's already a constructor. I want to test if this actually works. That would be awesome. Yeah, you can explicitly override it, of course, and the order is important. Members are always done in order of declaration. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you very much for following, Daniel Gnome. Good morning, sir. Alright, let's rebuild this. This should be fine. Ah, we get a warning. Time step is uninitialized when used here. Time step is uninitialized. So what I should do here, I should set this to 0, I guess. And so by default they are all 0. And then it's not complaining. In case of default constructor, the warning applies. True. So essentially by default all of this is 0. And then the time end would also be 0 because they're all 0. Cakes, chat telling Cakes to just create a few constructors. Nails. No, I mean like that. Struct my type. Yeah, but I can't. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, I like this more. I like this 10 times more than a constructor. Because then I have to do a deconstructor. Like, I just don't like it. I don't like it. You could say that I'm a baby. That's fine. It's okay. It's okay. Let's see if this works right now. I can't really tell. Let's restart. Seems correct to me. Hi, baby. Hi. Chat. Nails. You don't have to do anything. You can leave the default constructor. Looks good. Okay, so now it's time to change the spawning system then. And I'm gonna do it in a way. Oh man, this is so cool. Just watch this. Just watch this. Spawn system. This is how my spawn system is right now, okay? Very simple. Look at this. So little lines of code. We're going to make it even less lines of code right now. Spawn system reloaded. Okay. This is going to be the most insane spawn system you've ever seen. Watch this. And we can even be const correct here. This is a const. This is a, we don't change this. We don't change this. Aha, so this is a pointer here. I guess we, okay, fine. And we do const spawn batch. All right, so now this if check is the important one. If the spawn batch dot start, time start is wait, how do I do this? So, our timer, right? We have the timer. Let's do a const float timer. Level time is level state dot time. There you go. Now, we have the time of the level. We need to say level time needs to be greater or equal to the start time. But it also needs to be, and I always do this wrong, less than the spawn batch dot end time. Right? Greater or equals to the start timer, less than equals to the end timer. Damn, I'm so envious. You're making this game 3 years and still so enthusiastic. Spawn bitches. Mr. Who-Man, good morning. Why is he using references? Because I can. Yo, hey Tim Puff, good morning. Destructor, I said. Creating a constructor doesn't mean you have to create a destructor as well. It's fine, Paradox, okay? Relax. Shit, man. I think I can't do it without a counter, actually. I think I can't do it without a counter. Shit. Shit. Fuck. God damn it. So I know that I'm supposed to spawn now. Can I calculate whether we should spawn again or not? Do I have data how many units have spawned? How do I do this? Paradox, give up. This guy don't understand move semantics. There's no point talking about constructors. Or God forbid the rule of 035. Boo, Cakez, hey Juicy on YouTube. How's it going, man? Guys, we can't do it. Oh, shit. Fuck. We can't do it. Fuck, bro. God damn it. Guys, it doesn't work. Shit. Fuck. What are you trying to achieve? I'm trying to achieve hot code reloading. I am trying to achieve spawn data changing whenever I'm doing code changes to my game, and I'm literally in the middle of the level spawning enemies, and I change the spawn data to say from 5 enemies to 10. It will spawn me the additional 5 enemies that are left. Okay, so essentially this is what I'm trying to do. Okay, so let's say I'm in level, let's say round, right? That's more round. Okay, let's say I'm in round 2 and I spawn 5 skeletons. Okay. And they, let's say, start on 0, have a step of 1 second, and therefore they end on 5. Okay. Now, I want to change that. And let's say we have a timer. We have a timer of let's see, 2.6. All right, so that means we already have spawned 2 skeletons, right? 2 skeletons have already spawned. You know, that means 2 have spawned. Now, what I want to do here is I want to change this from 5 to 10. Leave the data the same. Essentially, this is what it would turn into. Want to change it from 5 skeletons to 10 skeletons. Let's make that a transparent selection. And obviously then the timer 2.6 would still show me 2 skeletons spawned. Actually, wrong. Sorry. This is not supposed to be 10. Here, this is supposed to be 5. Okay, so if we were to purely take a look at the timer, 2.6, that should say that should then say 4. But since it is 2 right now, I don't say 4, but I want to spawn. So the green one is what I still need to spawn. I need to spawn 3 here, because I have spawned 2. Here, I need to spawn 8. But I keep the number 2, if that makes sense. So I've spawned 2 up until now. Okay. I've spawned 2. I don't care that I should have spawned 4. I'm gonna spawn 8 more, because I changed the data from 5 to 10. Is it really worth your effort? Can't you just reload the level to apply the changes? What I have to do right now is every time I do a change to the rounds, I have to restart the level and play to that point. I don't like that. I would like to have either a way to restart the round that is a debug thing, or just the best thing would be to have this happen, essentially. So, and what I see here is I need this timer stored somewhere. So for every spawn, for every, what is it called? For every spawn batch, you could say, of let's say 5 skeletons, 10 skeletons, 5 archers, I need 1 timer at minimum to keep track of the time. So I need to somehow create an array that holds me just the timers for these spawning, for this spawn data. Restarted round is easier and probably less bug prone. I want to test it. We'll try both things. I think that's the best way to do it. So what I need is in the levels, in the state for the level, I need data. That is a float that needs to be stored at all times. Let's call it spawn timers. And that is max spawn batches, I think. Max. How do we have this? Mark A. Oh, it's here. Spawn data. Okay, max rounds, max spawn batches. This stuff right here. And these spawn timers can be used to determine whether to spawn something or not. Is it really worth your effort? We'll see, Chris. We'll see. Let's just see. Spawn. It was right there, man. Spawn system reloaded. There we go. So for each spawn badge that we have, if we are supposed to spawn, I mean, I want an early return. So essentially, if the level time is before this, or the level time is greater or equals to the end, then I don't want to spawn. Just use Godot. No. Then I want to do if now we need a float timer. That's a pointer or a reference. Doesn't really matter. Is a level state timers, spawn timers on the level state round index and the badge index. These are the timers. Then if the timer is greater or equals to the spawn badge dot time step, then we don't really need an end, to be honest. Hello there, as Duwalo. How's it going, bro? Cakez, I need GTG, bye-bye. I need to go. Hey, thank you very much for joining. Have a good day, bro. Then we spawn the enemy. And we set the timer to minus equals the spawn batch dot time step. And we do that in a while loop. There you go. Let's test this spawn system compared to the other one and how it fares. You guys want to test it? That was actually quite easy to implement. I have to restart the level for this, or the game. I've just discovered the channel. What do you do? What's the project? This is a tower defense game heavily inspired by Bloons, and we're currently working on ironing out the spawning system so I can essentially I can, how do you call that, work on it better. I can iterate faster. It's all about iteration. Let's see what happens. So right now it says 20 enemies in round 1. Okay. Let's see, round 1. I'm gonna do the following. It says 20. Now I change this to 40 midway through. Play this. Oh, I can't play, of course. I have to spawn these two guys. Let's see what happens. Oh, what the fuck? Spawn enemy. Timer. Interesting. Enemy chomper. Wait a minute. If the count... Oh yeah, I forgot to do the check for the count. There you go. If we don't spawn anything, then obviously this will be an endless loop. Yeah, true, makes sense. I wonder how this works. Then it's gotta be greater than the time step? We'll have to see. Cakez, I missed it before. Did the end equals time start count, etc. in the struct declaration work? We'll figure this out now. I didn't check it yet. Let's see. When we spawn an enemy, let's see. It doesn't seem to spawn an enemy, though. It does not seem to spawn an enemy. We have a time step. Oh yeah, of course. We need to do timer plus equals delta time, of course. Forgot that. Forgot that, guys. I totally forgot it. Yeah, true. Forgot the incrementing. But let's see. Spawn batch. It did work. Yes, the time end does work. What's up, Sea Dog? Hey, gamer. Good morning. Nothing in particular. We're making a spawn system right now. Improving the spawn system. Let's see. Aha. So what I want to see now is the following. I want to see. I'm gonna change the time step. Right? From 2 to 1. While it's going, and it should spawn me twice as many. Huh? Anyone? Anyone? Wait. I'm like, okay, wait. No, that's too little. Let's do 20. Do they stop at some point? We have a level time of 60. They're still spawning. Guys, I'm gonna upgrade to the chair. This requires a little bit more thinking. Try by 5 or something. I think this is more than 20, guys. But we're getting close. I think I'm not using the level states time properly. Okay, I mean, it's not perfect. Keep spawning. See, Cakez? I wasn't the only one thinking that. Are those crawling babies? No. These are crawling skeletons that still need to be drawn properly. Okay. So what is the issue here? Level time. Shouldn't this stop at some point? Why does this keep going? The level time is like 149. It is... This needs to be an ore check. Oh my god, this needs to be an ore check. What a fucking moron. Okay. Guys, and I know exactly how to display this now as well. Should stop spawning. This 20 here is easy to fix. God, this is so smart. This is so smart. Wait. Let's mark this as... Wait, was this... A is... B is... A is... Okay. This is... wait, A, B, A, B, A, B. Level dot at the top. Round display. Heart. This. Fuck, man. Why is it not update level? I always look for this section, but I never find this. Scripting. Draw UI, draw hero list. Wait, draw UI, draw hero list. We don't care about that. Level info. There you go. Now I'll find this. Hey, finally. Eh? What the fuck? Eh? Yeah, guys, wait. It's hotkeys that I'm fucking up right now. Wait a minute. Scripting, let's get rid of this. So it's Control, Alt, N to... um es aufzuklappen in Englisch halt, ne? So. Display hearts. Display seeds. Display spawn count. This is the interesting one. So what I need to figure out here is... we need to get the const pointer to the spawn batch. Spawn batches. And then we go through the batches. And we increment... we get the count here. This is wrong. The enemy count that still needs to spawn is... everything that is supposed to spawn right now. So first and foremost, we need the const level time, which is level state dot level dot time, I guess. Oh man, hello there, Softar Dastra and Vogal. Thank you guys for following. Level state time. Oh, float, of course. And then how do we get the count here? We have the level time, right? And so we need to make sure that we... let's mark this as C, then jump to B, jump to A. We need to make sure that this doesn't happen, I suppose. Right? We need to get the spawn batch as a reference. Then we continue those that we have, and then we just do enemy count, taking the spawn batch dot start time. Wait. Ooh, this is difficult. We have the level time. Level time times... no, wait. I think I know. Wait. We need to divide. Definitely divide by the spawn batch dot time step, right? That's the interval. We need to divide by the interval. Now we create the interval here, which I suppose is the spawn batch dot end time minus the level time. Correct? And then that will give us the count. Correct? Yes, it is. No, it's not. I can see black. You should see an Ach so, also du sprichst Deutsch. Ich bin neu hier. Hello there. Yes, I do. I've started game dev. It is difficult. It is. But it's also very rewarding. Take it or not. Last time, take it or not. Okay, guys. Paradox really wants me to use a constructor in this case. Let's see. Last idea. Public. Wait. We're skipping half the point. My type. Default constructor. First constructor. Second constructor. See custom behavior. Default completely optional constructor. See custom behavior. A plus B. Oh, it's here. Okay, I thought it would be in a new line. Yeah. B is A plus B. Yeah. Yeah, but see, look how much I need to write here. Look how much I need to write here. When I can just have... Like, I see what you mean, but I could just have this. I don't know, man. This seems easier to me. I just need to make sure that these are all default declared. And then it just works too. I don't see like, I see what you mean. And it works. But this works too. You know? So I don't see... It's your decision, but in exchange you write a lot of lines. I don't. Really. I supply the data that is needed. Here. I don't. I supply the needed data. This is always needed. I don't see this as... I think this is, for me, the better solution. Because this is literally just JSON file format. Anyone that knows JSON files can read this. Anyone that has even seen JSON files once knows how to read this. It would be a single line with constructor. Yeah, but I would have to do this. Wait, sorry? Which is fine, you know? I like this more though. JSON file is nice because anyone can read, write a level then in the edit mode. Yes. And essentially I could still do this. I could do this too. I just don't do this because I want to be explicit. I want to be 100% explicit when I do this right here. Because I can read this easier. It's much easier to see. And I want this to be in a new line because then it's easier separated vertically. Is it vertically? Yeah, vertically. Let's jump to see here. This should work, right? Let's test. This should give me nothing then. For this round. 0. Aha. But when does this... Okay, when does the level stop? Of course. When does the level stop? If... When does the round stop? How do I go from one round to the next? If there's no more enemies alive? By a certain time? When I reach a certain time? Why do we get this right now? Let's go for this here. It's a bit better. JSON is a file. I thought it was a person. The idea is you don't need a destructor. If you don't need one, you can just take the constructor. Rest is your decision. Yeah. I appreciate it though. Thank you very much. I'm still gonna do it this way. It doesn't require me to write any special constructors or anything. I just can have it right then and there where it's declared. I respect Paradox effort. He's talking to a clown-faced wall, but nonetheless, it's admirable how hard he tries. Shut the fuck up, you little bitch, okay? Fuck you. Okay, eat a dick. He's not talking to a wall, okay? It's not a wall. I have listened to him, I have engaged with his comments, and I have ultimately decided that I want to do it the way I do it at the moment, which is totally fine. Now, shut the fuck up and stop trying to uplink me in English. Okay? Okay, let's see. We have marked this as C and then round plus equals round edx plus equals plus. There you go. So, if the enemy count is less than 0 and we have leftover spawns, how do we figure this out? So, We need to somehow store. And I think we can only do this with time, actually. Should the timer stop then? Guys, do you have a video of balloons spawning rounds early? Can you spawn rounds early in balloons? Is this in a game mode somewhere? The default? How do they do that? Do the rounds just... Can you make it so... Wait, I could make some crazy stuff, man. I just came back from your mom's place. Shut the fuck up, Bunga, on YouTube. To be fair, even Vulkan C++ wrapper has the no constructors option specifically to allow the syntax he's using. Distract. No, I'm not saying that your stuff is less explicit, Paradox. I'm not saying that at all. He was talking about Ghosty's mom. Oh, I see. The werewolf. Thank you very much for following, bruh. You have something on your forehead? No, I don't. So, I could easily do this, right? Where I say, okay, well... A round spawns at a particular time. And once I have reached that time, I spawn the round. I don't believe Bloons does. The levels start with clean slate. Maybe I'm wrong. They do. They do. And you know what? I kind of need to play Bloons for that. I want to see what it is like when you have autoplay on. And how it behaves. Then we can determine how it's probably done. So, for example, if you have autoplay on, would the round ending not be determined by having 0 balloons on the screen left? If going by Balloon Street rules? Yes, yes. So if there's no enemies left, exactly. And we have somehow no more enemies that need to spawn. Yeah. If there's no more enemies that need to spawn and we have 0 enemies left that are currently alive, that's when... let me quickly change this here. So we have our own stuff. Let's play any level. Let's play Monkey Meadow. And let's do it on hard. Standard. And I want to have autoplay off. So essentially auto start. I want this to be on. Yeah, I know. It's fine. Let's just play some units. I want to see what happens. Round 3. I wonder if I can somehow... Wait, I need to... Okay. It's actually easier to test it like this.
Just give me a target.
Let's see what happens. I want to see if this round counter goes up even after all the balloons have spawned. If it's like a timer. Or if it waits for all of the balloons to die. Seems to wait. So it's essentially every unit has spawned and there's no more balloon on the map. That's how they programmed this. Probably. Yeah. And now it goes to 4. Is he trying to yoink? No, I'm trying to understand how they programmed something in the game. That's not how it is. Are you dumb? Are you fucking... Are you stupid? No, this guy's trying to bait me. It's fine. He's trying to bait. Guys, he's trying to bait. Uh-oh. Oh no!
Come on!
Shit. I'm losing. I mean, you're not supposed to place him there, so it's fine, I guess. Yeah, so after all...
Nice.
I know how the mechanics worked. I'm high ranked in Bloons City 5. I'm talking about 6, you dumbass. He's a master beta, yeah. It waits, yeah, it just waits for the round to be over. By the way, guys, I really like the chaining of his arrow. I want to make that an ability too. Yeah. Cool. Someone is watching you play and manually increase it. Okay. They're like, okay, now I can increase the counter. It should be fine. They have beaten the level. No, it just waits till the last balloon dies. And then it increases the round counter. Which is easy. Because we can do that too. Very simple. Enemy count. Here. And we should rename that to enemies left to spawn. So this is literally in the scope here of update level. Hey, the dev dad. Good morning. How's it going? Cakes, God, happy Tuesday. Thank you. We are making the game much more debuggable right now. Cakes, Google Bloom's anti-stalling Dumbo. Google Bloom's anti-stalling Dumbo. So it's a timer then. It's a timer plus this as a condition. You moron. If there's no more enemies left to, balloons left to spawn, then the timer starts ticking, and at a certain point, if the timer reached its full potential, or if you killed all of the balloons, then it starts the round. There's no other way. Okay, fine. Balloons anti-stalling Dumbo. What is anti-stalling? I'm new to battles too. A long Bloons City player in general, but I've been doing battles about 2 weeks and trying to become a better player. Stall and anti-stall are two concepts I hear brought up all the time in the community, but I don't really understand how it works. Stalling means trying to stall rounds by purposely not popping balloons fast. People do this mainly to gain more eco boosts before the next round begins. Anti-stall is the opposite, trying to pop balloons faster so rounds end faster. Edit, this only applies to AI balloons, not balloons set by the other player. The reason why you want anti-stall, is someone actually explaining this? Because you have farms, so eco blah 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 blah, farms are blah 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 blah, anti-stall doesn't matter if you're going to, okay, basically anti-stalling better if the blah blah blah. Gardener's example, I'm doing Darling Ninja against they were going to, how does it work then? Huh? How does it work? Huh? Thank you. Thank you, AQ. AQ is actually the only person that is actually, okay, accept all, it's fine. Alright, let's see. Piss off. Move. Wait a minute, guys. That's really pissing me off. Piece of shit. Okay. There you go. Much better. Alright, let's do it like this. Stalling is a general purpose strategy of greatly slowing down or stopping balloons so they are in a good position to hit and other towers have more time to pop. which synergizes well with the nearby high DPS towers. It is useful on maps with short tracks and also fast moving balloons. And also more generally for giving towers more time to pop high HP balloons and dense clusters. In general, stalling forms much of the backbone of Bloons City 5 and 6 strategy, alongside buffing other towers to deal more damage. By combining stalling with other forms of support, most balloons can be handled with relative ease. Stalling excessively is not very useful in earlier games due to the lack of activated abilities. Therefore, Bloons City 5, it is usually more efficient to just pop the balloons with the cash offered instead of stalling. The opposite of stalling is known as anti-stalling. It is often used... Yeah, but I understand this. Okay. In general, ice monkeys and glue monkeys serve to slow down balloons, thus allowing other towers to deal more damage over a longer period of time. Ice monkeys specialize in stalling large groups, while glue gunner either focuses larger or down larger targets or glues whole swaths of balloons in a short time. We learned nothing, yeah. One common strategy is to stall as long as possible. Tips, races. Guys, it doesn't say that you can't do this. It doesn't say that the game has an internal timer that starts ticking to start the next round. I'm saying that the game is programmed in a way where you will kill the last balloon, it starts the next round. Whether you kill the last balloon after 5 minutes or 10 minutes, that's how it's programmed. It's a strategy and doesn't say anything about rounds. Wrong. Okay, this guy is actually banned right now for 1 hour. See you in 1 hour, bitch. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong, and you're trying to make me waste my time. And therefore, the game will take longer to develop, bitch. Fuck you. Eat a dick. Nope. This guy's so wrong. It's insane. Okay. So, essentially, what we then need to do is... enemy count, where is that coming from? Enemy count is literally just... I delete enemies immediately when they have the component def. What the fuck is this shit? Generate seeds for dead enemies, increase the kill count. This should be an update enemy. Fuck? Huh? This shouldn't be here at all. Deselect dead enemies? I have this twice. What the fuck? Update enemy? Sad thing is, he already kind of succeeded. Just program CTDD and you will earn at least yours. Guys, I'm gonna quickly grab some coffee, okay? Give me a second. Oh. Let's program this in. I think this is easy. I just have to clean this shit up. I don't know why this is in here. Updating enemies to increase the kill count. I don't know where this is coming from. This can always be done. Wait! AQ. Sir, AQ, are you here? Guys, brother. Can you please link me the article of how balloons gain experience points when a balloon dies? Could you please link me that? I think we are getting really close to having a really, really good game, bro. I think Like, we're so close. I need you guys, I don't do this very often because I don't like that you guys can't see the game when I'm programming. We're going to up our speed by 2 times right now. We're going to have 2 windows open at the same time. Can you believe it? It's been a while. So we have update enemy, this function right here. And we have update entities right here, where we update the heroes first. You know what we're gonna do? Git add dot git commit -m. Let me quickly check what the changes are we have in the game. Source control, come on. AQ Bloon City Heroes XP. Thank you, man. I changed some text. I changed some game CPP stuff. Cooldown. I changed that to cooldown. Oh god. Oh god. Is this the giant rework that we didn't push yet? The giant projectile rework? Uh-oh, we didn't push this yet. 2,900 insertions? And deletions? 2,600? Yep. Alright, let's push this really quickly. It's fine, guys. It's fine. It is totally okay. Now. Alright, let's see. I wanna remove this shit. Don't need that anymore. We deselected heroes already. We update heroes like this. If a hero is dead. If a hero is dead, I need to deselect him from the loop. I don't do that. I don't know why I don't do this. 512 heroes? Oh, I have an idea as well. Actually that... we already do that. Hero ID in the EDX. When are we breaking this into modules though? Why would we need that? Why would we need to do that, bruh? So if a hero is dead, then I wanna do game. I think it's fine. I think I want to remove the index and pack instead of swap. Like this. My modules we will never release. And then for enemies, we need to remove some stuff here. And then, oh, I actually had this code running twice. This is why I was generating so much money. Because I had this code running in 2 places. You see this, guys? Generate seeds for dead enemies. This is in a completely different... I was updating enemies twice. Really? There's no way. There's no way I was doing this twice. Wait. No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. It is actually the same code. Okay. Wait, but it's called update entities. Then why do I have the level state here? Ah, it is here. This should be outside. This is bad. I think we can do this. I see now why I did this, but it's fine. We can do this better now. This stuff right here is stuff from the level that doesn't concern... And I know where to put this. Here. This is called manage rounds. Let's call it manage rounds. Okay, so we need the enemy count. This is essentially game state. Enemies dot count. How many enemies are currently spawned? And then the leftover spawns. Wait, not leftover spawns. These are called enemies left to spawn. Enemies left to spawn. Then this can go away. We have that here. And then we start a new round whenever there's no more enemies and there's no more enemies left to spawn. And I think... Cool. I decoupled a dependency right now, which is very cool. We generate seeds here. When an enemy dies, that should happen here. Enemy count can get removed now. We swap if enemies die. We deselect them. And then this is now the last thing that we have to do is how do we do experience points calculation. Let's see. Down here. Let's see. Heroes gain a fixed amount of experience each round according to the formula of 4 tower XP. It does not matter how many balloons they pop. Each hero has a different leveling speed formula. Ah! This section is for heroes. Oh, this is for heroes. Okay. Towers, though. Experience points. XP are valuable. Wait. Experience points. Let's see here. Have a look like this. Experience points or XP are value to describe a player's progress in the Bloons Tower Defense games. This feature was introduced in Bloons City 4. Popping an individual balloon earns XP and contributes to leveling up ranks. In Bloons City 4, 5 and 6, ranks instead called levels are earned by beating rounds, which give a set amount of XP regardless of the number of balloons popped. This is actually very interesting. You know why, guys? Because, excuse me, I spat. Blech. This is very interesting. So why is this cool for the player? What level are you guys in Bloons? Those of you who played Bloons, have you tracked your level? I have somehow tracked this a little bit, not much. But I'm pretty sure there are some people in the game that track their level. And so it gives you as a player something to look forward to when you level up and compare to others. I'm ranked 65 in City DD. So maybe I do this too in my game. You know, give you the opportunity to level up by doing certain challenges and doing difficult maps. Stop streaming. Oh, you're so lucky that you're a mod. I would have banned you. Oh, you're so fucking lucky, bro, bitch. Shut the fuck up. In Bloons City 4 and 5, it was awarded for popping balloons. The player gets 1 experience point per 1 balloon popped. 1 layer popped. Which is not equal to RBE. For example, reducing MOAB to ceramic balloons takes 200 hits, equivalent to 200 RBE. But since it's considered popping 1 layer, the player will only receive a single XP point. The player gets a new rank when they reach certain amounts of XP. Yes. In Bloons City 6, popping balloons no longer gives XP. The only way to earn XP is by completing rounds. Aha! Interesting. So I could make it instead of each enemy giving me XP, I complete certain rounds and they give more or less XP depending on the round. Okay, Balloon City battles. Heroes XP. Okay, heroes gain a fixed amount. Wait, but what about the towers? Tower XP. Ah, there we go. In Balloon City 6, the XP gaining structure is different. Instead of automatically unlocking upgrades, the player gets to choose which upgrades he can unlock for each tower. Yeah, we have the same thing. Can I actually start the game right now? Does it start? We have the same thing. Experience points allow you to invest into the skill tree, and you unlock abilities and other special stats that are not flashed out 100% yet, but that's how it's gonna be. Yes. So we have the same thing. Each tower has different set of XP collections, and more XP can be generated by using a certain tower more often. That's how I see it, yeah. 100 level, 105 in Balloon City 6 at the moment level. Yeah, see? Wanted to go for 100 for bragging rights, lol. Yeah, yeah, see? Shit. Unlocking a tower with XP requires the previous upgrade tier to be unlocked. So, for example, very quick shots cannot be unlocked unless quick shots is also unlocked, yeah. It does not matter at all. It does not matter if all upgrades of the same tier for the given tower are not unlocked yet. The upgrades can be unlocked in any order provided, yes. XP for towers is calculated the following way. Each round has a set amount of XP that it gives, regardless of balloons popped. At the end of the round, this XP is added to your account and split between the towers you have placed relative to the amount of money spent on each tower. Oh god, wow. For example, a defense of $100 ninja, $100 druid and $200 alchemist on a round that gives 100 XP will give 25 XP to the ninja, 25 to the druid and 50 to the alchemist. It's a distribution. Okay. So it's percentage distribution, essentially. Heroes do not count as towers. Ah, I see. I like this, actually. They do not attribute kills to towers. That's really cool. No, that makes sense. So why do I say that? I have a unit in the game that doesn't deal much damage, but it provides buffs, heals, and Shady 11 is gonna get banned right now. Where's this piece of shit? See in 5 minutes. This unit provides buffs and heals, and overall is more of a supporting unit rather than a unit that kills stuff. And if this unit doesn't kill enough heroes, then it won't get enough XP because, yeah, well, others kill the heroes for it. And I really like this formula. I think we're actually going to do the same thing. So essentially, yeah, it's smart. Let's see. XP. So we could say that we have 100 XP, 100 XP. And then that is distributed by, like, let's say we have 20, actually, we have 80 G, we have 50 G, and then we have 160 G. And then in total, that would be, what is that? 30, 130, 290 G. And then percentage-wise, oof, how much would that be, actually? This is like 40% or something. This would be like 60% or something, right? 60%. And then this would be, how much is that? Fits in 6 times, actually. Almost 6 times. So that would be like, I don't know, 16% or something. And then this would be the rest. How much is that? 76, so that's 24 or something percent. And then you just take a share of this here. I think that's how we're gonna do this. So after the end of every round, I'm gonna award the experience points to the units. Apparently my level in balloons is 53 after 15-ish hours of playing. Not sure if that's good or bad. Don't you gain bonuses based on levels as well? Like monkey money sometimes? And stuff like that? This is an incentive to keep leveling. Currently learning C and I'm not sure what language I should go next. Python or C++ or Java. What I want to do game development. Try out all of them. If you're not sure, try out Python and see how you like it. Make a game in Python if you can. There's a cool library in Python called Pygame. That can be very useful to get started. And then for Java, you can do the same thing. Cakez needs to mod Fizz or someone on YouTube, not going to point at people, but they're spamming caps lock message unrelated to stream. I'm gonna get rid of Ghosty. Yeah, you're right. See you later, bro. I'll see you in 30 minutes. Stop spamming, bitch. In 30 minutes you've wasted typing in the chat. You could have learned how to detect collision with the wall and apply velocity to the player to climb the wall. Oh, you guys are talking about Ghosty? Nah, it's like he's spamming and he's writing in all caps all the time, bruh. Snitched on, yeah. Sweet, thank you. Yeah, do that, bro. Okay, so we're gonna do this, guys. It's actually very simple. The experience points. So we would have to have experience points per round then. Interesting. I mean, it does make sense. Who wants to level up a hero during the round? It would also create the incentive of stopping the round and pausing it, which I don't like at all. It's actually really smart. Okay, we're gonna do this. Display Godot animation, maybe enable. Yeah, we'll see about that. Killer, prefab stats. Okay, level state seeds. So essentially what we wanna do here is this times gold multi. Then over here we say float gold multi is 1. And then we set the gold multi to the stand value. We max it out between those two. And then we do the seeds here. Prefab stats and instat stats maybe. Yeah. Like this. Alright, let me quickly get rid of this and we can see this a little bit better. We can get rid of this now. This was very helpful. Are heroes in your game the troops or the same at balloons? I don't really have heroes in the game right now. I do have heroes, but these are also the towers at the same time. Smartest thing Cakez did today. I think the game should pause when you open dialogues. It does. It does pause. It will always pause, yes. Now I will create challenge modes probably where you can't open these dialogues anymore. So for example, I will have a challenge mode in the game where you cannot open this skill tree right here. And you can't really pause the game here. So that you're not allowed to pause essentially. This will be there, and because this menu right here doesn't pause the game. It lets it, it keeps it running. Alright, let's see. So, it spawned... See that? Maybe it should show me how many enemies are spawning. Let's see. Level data at the top. Maybe it should say... Enemies to spawn, enemies left to spawn. Plus game state enemies dot count. This will show me how many enemies No, wait. Like this. This will show me the count, hopefully. 18. Yeah. So now it says there's 18 enemies that are left. And now it's 17. Guys, does this counter make more sense than the previous one? I think so, right? What percentage do you think your game is at? I don't know, 50%. I'm still developing the systems. I'm trying to ironing out the systems in the game. Sorry for being a noob, but how long has Cakez worked on this? Actually, 3 years. 3 years and 5 days. I started on the 15th of April, 3 years ago. So, I think this works very well. Why is this 21 now? That's bad. It's not perfect, I guess. Okay, let's do it. Let's do experience points per round. We need to award experience points per round per hero and how much money is spent on the hero. How do we do that? What if we have... Oh man, that's gonna be difficult. Award XP to prefabs. There we go. Oh no, wait, this is when I finish the round. That's not... Award XP to attacker. We don't need to do this anymore. So this stuff can go away. What's wrong with individually leveling up? That will happen. This will happen, but we'll do it differently now. We'll do it per round. Each round will give experience points. And that makes it easier for me to balance this as well. So think about it like this, okay? Let's get rid of this here. Items. We see the spawn data here, right? I need to somehow generate a structure that is a round that has max rounds, max spawn batches. It has a spawn batch in it. Spawn batches like this. Okay. And obviously this is not defined, so it needs to be down here. One round. It has a float float XP value that it gives. And maybe some other data. And now the array for rounds spawn data would be max rounds, an array of max rounds. And we have a round here, round. I wonder why this is not complaining, why this is complaining. It doesn't, okay, it doesn't complain. And then it is literally the same. This would be round 1. But instead I have a XP value here. Where I say, okay, well, round 1 gives me 100 XP. Okay, and now I can time this, or I can balance this together with the XP needed here. You see this? Let's mark this as A and then do XP needed. There you go. Instead of putting it to 50, let's put it to 30 or 20. You see how in round 1 we get... If round 1 gives me... Let's close this, right? And then that makes more sense. Round 1, if I say round 1 gives me 100 XP, units need 100 XP, or these guys need 100 XP to level up. after round 1, I will have a level up. Okay, now I can... It is very easy for me to balance this, than to balance individual kills during the round. So while before I had to basically multiply 20 enemies by 5 XP to be added up to 100, now I could say this round is that much XP, and it doesn't matter how many enemies are spawning there, this will always be 100 XP. And so I don't have to balance the 50 enemies, the 20 enemies, the composition of all of those enemies together. I don't have to calculate all of these numbers in my head to come up with an experience point number. I literally can just come up with a number myself, depending on the rounds. And so if I have very difficult rounds, the XP counter is higher. And then XP is given at the end of the round, rather than during the round. So during the round, you will never level up. You will never go, unless you leveled up a round before, you will never go into the skill tree during the level or during the round when it's running and make changes here. So as long as you finish the round, you gain the XP. Yes. You manage to beat the round, you get rewarded for beating the round. Yes. Yeah, we just read the Bloons wiki about the XP values and I think it makes sense. Guys, I know it's the same like in Bloons, but it makes sense. It does make sense, okay? Yeah, it's kind of a yoink, and I think it's a good system. You guys need to loosen up on this, you know? Your old system was better. No, my old system was not better. You're wrong. My old system had the issue of placing a support hero that wouldn't deal any damage to other towers, enemies, and that would never level up. A support hero would never level up as much as heroes that deal damage. And so now, depending on how much money I spent on my support hero, I can boost him up by spending a lot of money on him. I think it makes sense. I also like placing towers in the middle of your round. Your game is losing its identity. No, it doesn't. It doesn't lose identity. I tried that. It didn't work out. It did not work out. Yeah. Placing units on the road didn't work out very well. I tried that. Why not give supporters assist XP? Supporters getting assist XP would require me to track in a list on each hero if the hero was supported or not. Or the enemy needs to track a list of heroes that have attacked the enemy at least once, and now they are tagged for XP. And that would require to go whenever a unit dies to loop over, or to first find all of the assistants, which could be, let's say, 5 different units, 10 different units. So I'm updating this one particular enemy. Now he dies. I have 5 units that I loop over where I have to, if I'm lucky, I have O of 1 lookup table to my unit, to my array of heroes, and grab that one out. If I'm unlucky, I have to search for the hero, and I have to do that 5 times. Every time something dies. So I think that's bad. Also, it is very annoying to program in, because now think about my dude. I'm the guy that deals a lot of damage, and I got buffed by a friendly tower of mine. Now I kill the enemy. Now I have to keep track of, I got buffed by this particular hero. So I have to not only add myself to the list of supporters on the enemy, but also to the list of supporters on... I also have to add the other one too. And so that would require even more logic. So that's so bad. Like, guys, it's bad. I thought about this a long time ago. I did that a long time ago. It is a nightmare to program and keep track of. It's dumb. Why not gain XP by how much damage you do instead of on death? But then support heroes would not gain any XP, bro. More logic equals bad. Yes, because it's more tedious. Also, how much percentage XP wise do you give them when they are supporting? Let's say I have another unit. This unit never attacks. He just buffs this guy. This guy kills all of the enemies. How much percentage XP wise should this guy get? 50%? Now what if I have two guys supporting him? What would be the distribution? Would it be equal? So 33%, 33%, 33%? This is bad. You can get XP whenever they heal or cast a buff unrelated to the carry unit. But then you could create a level where you keep one enemy healing, one enemy tanking. You keep on freezing the tank so that the healer stays healing the tank. And then you would infinitely let the game run. Let the game run so that you can heal and buff your one guy who keeps this guy locked in place, and you just go eat something, you go to sleep, and you wake up to every single unit in your game being maximum level. That would be good tactics. No, that would be an exploit. You could cap it. Yeah, but guys, do you understand that we are currently talking about a tower defense game and essentially exploiting the game, and me having to write literally 1,000 if checks just to make sure that you cannot exploit this? Do you guys, I have tried this in the past. It was a nightmare to program. I'm not gonna do this. End of story. I see what you guys mean. I wanted to do it too. No. I'm going to do round-wise XP that is distributed based on how much money you invested into a hero. And so if I spawn a support hero and he gets all of the money, then he gets the majority of XP. There we go. You can exploit this too, like sell non-XP unit to funnel it all into a single one. Now what happens? Yeah, but you can't do this indefinitely. So even if you sell the unit, I think it still keeps track of how much money each unit was spent on. And even if you undeploy or if you sell a unit, I think you still gain XP. Should we test it out? Let's test it out actually. I think you can sell the unit and still gain XP. Let's see. We'll do this. We do round 1, okay? We test round 1. Make it so the game pauses every 5 minutes without input. No, this is bad. Guys, stop. Yes. Okay, let's see here. We're starting on round... We have to be careful here. Alright, so let's see. I'm gonna spawn 2 heroes. And right now... how do I... so this guy has 979 XP. 979, and then this guy has 0 XP. Alright, let's start round 3. It's round 3. What was it? 971? 979, okay, 979. You know what? I'm just gonna quickly write this down. So we have 970. What was that? 979, guys? 979 and 0. So let's see. Actually, let's do it like this. All right, let's see. After round 1, how much do we have? We gained, how much is that? 79. We have 1,010. And this guy gained 49 experience. Okay. So let's see. 10, 20, 31. So this guy got 31 and the other one got 49 because he cost more money. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna restart. Then we place this guy. We place this guy. We let him attack once. Or we'll try both ways. Okay. We'll try both ways. He needs to attack once. Can I even attack once? Yeah. And now we're gonna sell. Still 1010. Let's see if he gains XP. I would assume he does. He didn't gain any XP. This guy gained more XP. So he went over to 129. This level does look familiar. Did Bloon steal your level? Okay. I like your pixel art color palette. Did you make the assets or did you download them somewhere? I made the pixel art myself. And so this guy had 1010. We're gonna do both, essentially. We'll try both. And if both versions suck, so this guy got 0 and this guy got 50, 60, 70. What was it? Plus 50, that would be 99. 60. It's actually 80 XP. And if we... Yeah, it was... So this was 82 in total. So in total it was 80 XP for that round. I think it's fine. Does Bloods carry over XP to the next level? Yeah, I mean, oh, yes, of course. These permanently gain XP. So now I could, you know, spend in-game cost. Okay, this tells me how much it will cost. So we could say this one here. Faster or further than normal. Boom. And then the next one would be 490 XP. Not round, I mean level. Yeah, this stays. The upgrades are permanent. It's like a skill tree. Alright. Guys, we're gonna do it like this. It is how it is. I'm just going to somehow... I need to track how much money they spent on. They even removed the tree for visual clarity and made it more kids-friendly by removing the burning dead animal. Pretty smart, these Bloons guys. They are smart, yes. Which is why I look at them oftentimes. What do you mean by burning that animal, though? Not sure what this guy is talking about. Can you give an OP unit that can kill the whole map and then use it to level up a level 1 unit? Or I can give you an OP unit that can kill the whole map. And then use it to level up a level 1 unit along with it. Yes, but the more money you spend on your strong unit, the less experience points your level 1 unit gets. It's based on how much money you spent on the unit. Guys, it's fine. Okay? You can literally touch the animal if you want it. Are you balancing? Are you on the balancing side, Cakez? It's coming. Is it coming to an end? We're still working on it. We're currently changing the experience system on the game. And the spawning system as well. What is something that you think Bloons got wrong or that you might be able to do better than them? Unique levels. We have different spawning enemies. They always spawn the same Bloons in every map. They make the levels more interesting by having different level types. More objects in the level that obscure your vision. And therefore the levels feel different, but it's always the same Bloons that spawn. While that's a plus point as well, I would also like to have like some... Like if I see it like this. If you figure out one strategy you have essentially figured out a way to beat all levels, essentially. That's how I see it. One OP strategy is enough to beat all levels. At least that's what it felt like to me when I played. So I would play I started to play all of the levels with all of the difficulties, and it's like I managed to finish the first level on all of the difficulties, then moved on to the next. And then I already realized that I was mostly using the same balloons, the same strategy on the level, and it felt repetitive. And so I forced myself to use other types of balloons to complete the level. And that worked, so there's multiple strategies you could use, but it still felt the same. And so I want to make it different, where I have the maps affect how units behave. Meta progression affects the maps. I want it to be a little bit different. So yeah, environmental hazards in certain maps. I want obstacles to work both ways, not only for balloon, not only for my units, but also for enemies attacking my units. You know, line of sight and stuff. So I want it to be a little bit more strategic, and then I want to have the same spawning system like in balloons, where one spawn system rules them all in the beginning. So it will always spawn the same units in the first 5 to 10 to 20 to 100 levels. Will always be the same. But there will be additional enemies in some maps. Later they have the maps that are more prohibitive when it comes to strategy, so you cannot beat every level using the same units. Yeah, anyways, guys, I need to go to the bathroom really quickly. And what were we working on? Oh, the XP. Yeah, we're gonna work on the XP next. Be right back really quickly. I think what I should do is keep track of the costs of all of the heroes. Ignoring suffering animals, concerning if true. Cakes. What do you mean? What do you guys do? You mean this? Deer? Oh, now I get it. Cringe. Fucking cringe, bro. Alright. So essentially this would look the same. Then dot XP is the first one, and then that dot batches, right? Spawn batches. Right? What is around again? Spawn batches. Batches. There you go. And then we have that. You know what I'm gonna do? I'll turn this into an array. Just to alleviate some of the iterations in my spawning system. So let's say I have, in this case, that would be dot count, right? That we have 1 and then dot elements. This is what it would look like, I think. Wait a minute. Am I blind? Am I dumb? Wait, no. Wait a minute. Spawn batches. But we have an array of these. Why does it not work? Am I blind? What does it say here? Field designator cannot initialize a non-class type spawn batch 5. What do you need to make the game more enjoyable and non-repetitive is to make the enemies immune to some units, or the enemies have special abilities. Yes. We already have one unit that's immune to physical damage, or very strong against physical damage, and the next one will be... we'll see what the next one is, but there will be immune to magic damage, and then there will be recovery units and stuff like that, yes. But first the systems, the spawning system here. I don't see what the issue is here. Spawn batches is an array of 5. This is the array and these are the elements. And why does it not work like this? What am I doing wrong? What is wrong here? I don't understand. You mean this? I don't think so. That's not it. It's odd. What? Default initialization of an object. Okay, that works. Then can I put it to test here? No, because this is an array. But this is a... Wait, this is an array. Wait a minute. This is an array. This is an array of spawn batches. The elements is the elements, then you go with what's up. One set off and the array itself, and then another round. That doesn't make any sense, bruh. Like, what the fuck am I doing wrong here? It's so simple. Spawn batches is an array. And so I create this. And then it even says, this is fine, this is fine. Ah, I see. Like this, maybe. What the fuck? Yeah. So, wow. Okay. That is a little bit more annoying, but now it does work. Okay. So, essentially this. Yeah. Told ya? It was difficult, bro. It wasn't simple at all. It is certainly a lot more data, but now I don't have the count. I think it's fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah, let's do it like this. Goodness, man, that's a big one, though. Let's create a couple of rounds. Wait. Guys, how do I paste and put the cursor at the end? Is it... no. How do I paste and put the cursor at the end? Do you guys know that? Right, let's copy this over. Round 2. Let's see, we have round 1 here. Round 2. Ain't Control D the usual way to do it? Control D. I'm talking about... what is that called? I'm talking about... what is it called? What is it called, guys? I'm talking about... Never knew about this way to initialize a class struct. Very interesting. Yeah, it's like a JSON format in my opinion. It is a little bit annoying here, like having all of these things. But yeah. Let's see, how many do I have here? How many iterations is that really? Max rounds, max rounds. Max waypoints, max rounds. Max batches. Max spawn batches, there we go. How much is that? 5. It's actually not that many iterations, to be honest. I don't think I'm gonna do this, to be honest. I'm just gonna keep this as a normal array. Five is fine. I'm not gonna save that many iterations. And on top of that, I don't really have to supply the count here. I don't like that at all. I think I like this more. So much simpler. I think that's better than having this shit here. Right, don't you guys agree? XP and how many spawn batches we have. Instead of having, you know, the having to hard code the count here. All right, let's copy from round to the rest. This is better. Round 4, round 5, round 6, round 7, 8, and that's it. Let me put it here. And the only thing that we have to supply here is this every time. Oh yeah, actually this. Indent this one. Like that. And we can move on to the next. Hey, my man, thank you very much for following. Grimmaxed. Good morning. There you go. Next. And Eliseo, thank you very much for following too, bro. And Chubins. Welcome, guys. Good morning. Hope you have a good day. Alright. Hopefully this works, and then we can finally work on distributing XP among the different units. And I'll probably do it different than in Bloons. I will keep track of how much money you spent on each hero type. And then even if the hero is sold, they will still gain experience points. Even if they are not deployed, because we spent money on them. There you go. Okay, so we have our own spawn data now. Which is something we use in the next. And we keep the experience points by 100 per round for now. Maybe here we have 240, 140 or something. But for now we keep it at 100. And then... let's see. Yeah, we need something in the game that keeps track of the experience points for each hero type. How do we do this? We could allocate this. Or we could do it statically. We could use it statically. I think I want to keep it in heap memory. So that would be struct level state. Struct level state. There you go. And then over here we have a float. Money spent or something. Do you type it with D or T, guys? Money spent. Hero types. Hero count. These are all the different types of heroes. T. Okay, Rico is trying to troll me. I'm gonna ban this guy. Guys, stop trolling. All right. T. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it. Good. Money spent. And now every time I spawn a hero or I upgrade a hero, I need to increase this counter. Spend this verb. Adjective is better. It's fine. He's gonna be back in 5 minutes. It's okay. Alright, let's see. How do we do this? How do I spend money on them? I can upgrade units and I can spawn. So essentially, spawn hero. This here. We have a hero ID. Then we do game state, level state, dot spend money spent on. I should probably have to supply the hero cost. Oops. To this function. Because then I can, let's see. Hero type ID plus equals hero cost. And then we do an SM assert here. Hero cost has to be greater than 0. Then hero should not be... I mean, 3 is fine. Should not have a negative cost. I don't think that will ever happen, but you never know. Good, now we have the hero cost. Oh guys, we're getting close. Only Cakez uses an array class, and then the next fucking line goes back to C arrays. Guys, bro, it's easier to type. Okay, I do not want to have the array class there. It is more annoying to type. All right, so and then display upgrades. There we go, and we have a do choice, and that can return true. If it returns true, I see it just returns do button. Yeah. Then contents, name, draw abilities. Do choice. Here we go. I have to program this in 5 times, bro. Fuck. I have to program this in every time. This fucking sucks, but okay. So essentially what we have to do is game state. Or do we have a level state here? We don't. Dot upgrade or a hero. No, money spent on hero type ID plus equals upgrade cost. I have to duplicate this, you know. This sucks. We also have to do this for weapon upgrades. Right here. And we have to do this for equipment upgrades. Hey Algo, how's it going, bro? Good morning. We're currently working on distributing experience points and the spawn system. Hope you have a good day, bro, and thanks very much for following. More annoying to type, legit engineer mindset. New here, and you're working on your Steam game or GMTK? I'm working on my Steam game, yes. My man, biceps XXL. Goodness, this guy. Thank you very much for following, sir. Teach me. True. Yeah, Aizen looking. Yeah, you wish, Aizen, right? Goodness. Alright, so now we have money spent, and then we can say, alright. Did I, like, put this on C? Yes. This is where... display spawn count. Oh shit. Thank you very much for following, Mr. Zack. Thank you very much for following, Mr. Zack. Start new round. There we go. Start new round. This is when we award experience points. Award XP to all heroes that got money spent on them. So, we need to build a distribution here. And I don't know whether I want to turn this into... The cool thing is I only need to calculate this once. When the round is essentially over, right? What engine are you using? Hello, Sethi. I'm using my own engine. It's based on... actually, thank you, Aizen. It's actually a command. Yes, it is. Only Cakez... yeah, actually read that already. Isn't it bad for support and tank units? You will probably have more damage dealers and you are adding money per type in total for the distribution, so it probably weights more towards DPS units. No, if you spend more money on your tank units, it doesn't. So it's fine. Again. So for example, let me give you an idea. A supporting unit can be as powerful as... It's fine. We'll do it like this, okay? I just don't want to discuss this anymore, guys. I'm doing it like this, okay, bro? Let's move on. So, we need to build the distribution here. How do we do this? I mean, I could create a float array, distribution array, which is a hero count, right? And initialize that to 0. And then we first need to keep track of all of the money spent on heroes. So that would be float money spent is 0. And then we loop over all of these. And then we index into this. And then we have the total money spent, I suppose. There you go. And then we build the distribution by looping again. And essentially indexing into the distribution on the hero type ID and assigning the money spent divided by the total money spent. Now we have the distribution, and then we get the const float EXP to, yeah, we get the XP. I don't know, round XP is round data. It's called spawn data dot on level state round index dot XP. Now we have the XP for the round, and then we go through all of the prefabs and award XP. So we do another for loop and award XP for all of those. That would be round XP. Const float XP is round XP multiplied by the distribution on the hero type ID. There you go. And for some reason, is this, did you mean round XP? Oh yeah, I did. And then we award the XP on the hero type ID. We need to cast this to a hero type ID. If the XP is greater than 0, of course. And does this need to be a float? It's an int. Okay, and then we cast this to an int, I guess. There you go. Why not do all of that in one loop? Because you can't. First you need to get the total money spent. And I guess while doing this, well, we can do this in 2 loops. You're right. Essentially, and then we don't even need to keep track of the distribution. You're right. That's smarter. Smart. So this would be a distribution is money spent divided by this, and then we award experience by taking this. Very good idea, bro. Thank you. Can be done in 2 loops. I even got typed when I asked a wholesome question and you wrongly understood it and thought it was trolling. The only way to avoid bans is to never chat. I hope you learned your lesson. And never answer Cakez questions. He might time you out when he doesn't like your answer. Okay, bro. El Pepe, Peppa P. Thank you very much for following. Give me a second, guys. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. There's only one problem. We just have one issue. I made a cool level up effect. And I want to display that level up effect. I can't do that anymore. Let's mark this as A. Level up effect. Whenever I award experience points on killing units, I had this cool little level up effect. Man, I'm having a rough time installing WinGW for VSC. Visual Studio Code. What do you mean? What do you need to install there? WinGW, isn't that just a compiler, bro? Isn't this just a compiler? That has nothing to do with Visual Studio Code. You should be able to do it in a terminal. I think your first step should probably be to learn how it can be used in a terminal. And then you will understand a little bit better how it works in Visual Studio Code. Essentially what you need to do is build a JSON file that outputs a shell command like this. So for example, in my game, or for my build system, I just call sh build.sh, or before I would use ./build.batch file. So I invoke a build file that is also a Windows batch file or a shell script. And then that shell script, for example, does the compiler command. But I could essentially also just do the compiler command there. So I think what you are struggling with is how to build your C++ program using the command line. You should probably learn that first, and then it all makes a little bit more sense how you have to set it up in Visual Studio Code. Did you go to university or self-taught, Cakez? I did go to university, yes. I'm just trying to see Hello World in the terminal. Yeah, well, how do you know how to build your program? Have you managed to build your program? Do you have an executable to run? Because the tasks.json file in Visual Studio Code is essentially the task that it performs when you want to build. Control-Shift-B performs your task. And so I call a build script. And then the launch.json file is essentially just launching an executable. So do you have the executable? Have you managed to build your program using the command line first? Do you know what it means to build a program in C++? So you need to learn how that works first. Yeah, then you need to learn that. You need to learn how to build your C++ program from the command line in order to understand how you can do it in Visual Studio Code. Because Visual Studio Code is literally just replicating the steps that you would have to type into the command line, into your CMD script. Isn't that what he's asking? He's asking how to install the compiler. You don't install a compiler in Visual Studio Code. You either have the compiler or you don't. There is no... you don't install it in Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code just calls the command line. If your command line knows about the compiler, then it just calls down to the compiler. Visual Studio Code is just a neat interface for defining which commands to put in the command line. The commands are the same whether you use Visual Studio Code or not. Yeah. Visual Studio. Yeah, Visual Studio will take away this struggle for you. Exactly. I thought Visual Studio Code was the first step thing. The first step is ultimately to understand how to build your program in C or C++. And that is essentially just calling clang. I can't do it right now, but it's like opening up CMD. And then typing in clang, for example, and then realizing that there are no input files. So typing in clang and then, I don't know, main.cpp. And then it would build you a program. So essentially, if I were to go into, I don't know. Actually, I was already in... Guys, how do I clear again? Isn't it CL? CLS? Oh, I see. So let's say you are in this file and then you create yourself a file called main.cpp. Guys, how do I create a file? How do I create a file? Windows command line. Notepad. I guess I'll quickly open up Visual Studio Code here. We create a new file, call it main.cpp. Now you have your main file, and then I suppose you will want to have a main function. Int main return 0. There you go. And I guess you'll do a hello world command line thing, right? So include, I don't know, stdio.h, then std cout. Hello world, I guess. std end line. Like this. Does this even work? Was it the other way around? Do I have to do this? It's been a while since I wrote this. IO stream. stdio is just, okay, print. It's printf essentially. Hello world. And then now you have your main CPP file, and what you need to do in MinGW or whatever you use, clang main CPP file, and then maybe you give it an output name of, you know, test. And then it creates you a test executable that you can then run. Let me see. Test. Eh? Did I do this wrong? Oh, it doesn't. Oh, shit. Of course. I'm an idiot. So what I have to do here is test.executable, right? The file exists. So essentially, you want to build... Wait, let me... CLS here. Let's redo this, and then I can turn this into a video as well. And so now you have your main CPP file, and you want to build this. You would call clang or whatever compiler you use. In my case, it's clang. You supply the main CPP file. And if you don't supply anything, it will give you... I don't have ls. I hate that, man. Did I close this? No, I did not. There you go. Close this here. It will give you a executable. It will give you an executable file. And we can check this out. ls doesn't work, but with dir. You guys sure? Dir? Yeah. And then we can see here we have an a.executable that we can run. And then it gives us hello world. That's essentially, in my opinion, this is the first thing that every single C++ programmer or C programmer should learn before they start using Visual Studio Code, Visual Studio, because they abstract this away from you and you will not understand this very, very simple, what do you call that? Process of creating a file, invoking the compiler with the file, and then ultimately building your own program. Where's that? So this builds your program. It compiles the build file. Where's that? Where's this? It compiles this main file with all of the inclusions, and then whenever you run the output executable file, it will print out your hello world. Cakez, that's good, but he still needs to install Clang. It doesn't come standard with Windows. And installing the compiler is up to you. There's multiple tutorials online on how to get a compiler. I don't know. I don't think I have to explain. Do I have to explain this? Like Clang download, for example? If you want to know how to get the compiler, you just do Clang download, for example, and then there you go. Release notes Clang. Download LLVM. And then it literally shows you where to get there. And then MSVC for Windows is what you get from Visual Studio Code, but that requires a little bit more setup. Or with winget. Yeah, you could get it with winget as well. Yeah. I don't think struggling with the compiler on the command line is the first experience you want to have with C++. I am saying that this is the first thing you should learn. Because that's ultimately what every single C++ program goes through. And not knowing how to build a C++ program is terrible in my opinion. Which of them should I download? If you want to download Clang, then you go to the Windows Clang stuff. And it is, let me find this. Win64 executable. This one right here, for example. This is Windows. It's labeled and you just need to get the executable. And then it will most likely ask you whether to add that to your path too. Path means the system variables. So your environment variables here have this in there too, in the path. Whether that be for your user or for the system. System path should have Clang too. Do I have this? LLVM binary. There we go. That needs to be there too. But I think it's in the installer. If not, you can add it manually. And winget adds it to the path automatically. Yeah. So essentially getting the compiler and then at least invoking the compiler once using the command line to get an idea of how it works. And then this is also where all of the compile... This is also where all of the compiler flags come in. You know, like -o, and you could say test.executable. And now it writes you a test executable, right? Now you can name your executable in a different way. And then, you know, this is what Visual Studio Code does. Visual Studio as well. Anyways, let's move on. For simplicity on Windows for C++, I'd go with Visual Studio Community Edition and later look at all the many alternatives, though I agree that understanding the build process, at least the difference between compiling and linking, is kind of important. You should at least know how a C++ program comes to be, in my opinion. Yes. Thank you for the intermission, Cakez. Sure, bro. Guys, do I create this upgrade? Guys, I wanna ask you a question. Should I do this? Wait. Oh yeah, dodge level. So this is the previous level, right? And then we can do this if check. We can do level up effect on level up. We could do a for loop. Tell me when I'm done with programming this, if you would like to have that in the game or not, to keep it in the game. It is a little bit spammy. Can be very spammy. Right, if I have a lot of heroes. Hero. And we do hero dodge. Behind the hero layer, yeah. And this is gonna be a const. For sure. I use an sh file / bat file to do all my CMake commands more easily. But can't you just do a batch file to compile your game directly? Instead of using CMake with that? Like, I don't understand why you go the route of CMake if you're already invoking a build.sh file and build.batch file or build.sh file. Sounds like double dipping to me, but maybe you have like some sort of setup here. Floating message, get origin attacker. Hero. Okay, guys, take a look at this. Did I do everything correctly now? Ah, spawn hero. Hero cost. Yeah. Cool. We built everything. Nice. Let's see if this works. That would be cool. And the glorious make file. If you do incremental builds, you need CMake / Beson, etc. Yeah, if you do incremental builds, otherwise it takes so long. Yeah, Synergic Monkey, good morning. Thank you very much for following. Unless you want to do low level, leave C for later. Plain C teaches bad practices. Car analogy. If you want to drive a car, learn to drive a car, not how to build a combustion engine. That's for enthusiasts. I think doing a simple version of C++, where you don't use too many constructs that you don't understand, up until a certain point is good to get into C++. It's a good starting point, because I think otherwise you are overwhelmed with all of the different constructs and how they work. So for example, if I were to make a very fast and simple program, I would probably use std string, maybe. To have very easy string times, you know, finding stuff in a string, comparing to strings. I think that would be very good. I would use that, even though I know that a string is heap allocating. If it's too long, it's calling the heap. And well, some other constructs like an std array too. I would use that as well, but not too much. Then try to make a very simple program with that, but I wouldn't use too many crazy constructs in the beginning because it's too much. I would slowly add them in over time. Cakez, how does the linker work? Don't care. I just know that it's happening after building. Then it's linking the libraries together. I don't know exactly how it works, but that's not my point, okay? This is not a test, bitch. Alright, let's see. 100 XP needed. Let's see what happens. Ooh! What do you guys think? What do you guys think, huh? So that's my idea. But this can be crazy, right? What if we do this? I know, and it's not gonna happen in the first level, but what if we have, you know, a little bit too much money? What happens then? Ah, shit. Let's place a couple of them, huh? X-Make is so much nicer than C-Make. What is X-Make? Is that a new thing? I think. Hi everyone, it's my first time watching this channel. I've been trying to get into streaming about game dev. Any advice on getting started? You wanna stream game development? I mean, have you already started streaming, or are you going to start streaming in the future? Try to find a way to turn your streams into YouTube videos. Whether that be, let's say you work on a game and you think you have made some interesting changes to your game today. So for example, this video that we see right here is going to be a YouTube video. It's a terrible YouTube video, no one's going to watch it. But it is basically the discussion around awarding experience points in a tower defense game. And what else did we do today, guys? What did we do? Experience points. Oh, and spawning system. So essentially some discussion around experience points and spawning system. And then that could give you like 10 views, 20 views. And over time people will find you through YouTube. And then maybe instead of one viewer you have 2 or 3 or 5. And that slowly builds up over time. You could also, what you could do, which is interesting, is talk about certain games that are recently released on Steam. And then just talk about the games and then do a YouTube video on that. Or if you're big, if you don't like YouTube much, maybe you're big into Twitter, then, you know, write some Twitter posts about stuff that you do, or that's stuff that you are interested in. I don't know. I'm not a big Twitter user, but that could work too. It's all about driving traction from other sources than Twitch. So guys, this is what's gonna happen if there's a lot of units and they level up. Okay, I think it's a little bit over the top, but you decide. Take a look at this. What are you doing? Floating messages? God damn it. What are you doing? How many floating messages? I have 20. Oh god. Okay, well, let's do 200. Fuck, man. So much work. I'll be your first supporter if you use C++ XD. Selecting a hero on the right should be a hotkey. Yeah, it will be a hotkey in the future, bruv. Just be consistent and viewers will come. No, that won't happen. You can ask Mr. Prime or Pirate Software how consistency worked for them. You need to do more than just sit there and program, bro. Just sitting there and program, anyone can do that. It's a starting point, yes, to get into talking. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that. Just take a look at those people that are just talking. And then, you know, just sitting there and silent and programming. You gotta do something interesting. I'll your second supporter if you use C++. Streaming C++ seems to bring in a lot more people than Unity. No, I don't think so. I think it's the opposite. You can do a lot of shit with Unity. You wanna see someone that did some interesting Unity stuff? And you can approach that with streaming too. Let me find him. Let me find him really quickly. I haven't watched his content in a while, but I did in the beginning. What the fuck? God, I have too many subscribers. I subscribe to too many people. Goodness. So Danny is obviously the best example, but this guy is new. Hopefully, did he stop making videos? 1 year ago, he stopped making videos. 7 Maya, he stopped making videos. But he made interesting... interesting Unity videos. But that's more like a YouTube side of things. If you want to turn your streams into this stuff, then the videos are going to be longer, but you could still make interesting videos from your streams. So you like the number one thing that I would focus on if I was starting to stream from nothing now is to somehow consistently turn my streams into YouTube videos, whether that be some part of the stream like Pirate Software does with shorts, or whether that be longer portions of development sessions from the stream. It doesn't really matter how you turn your stream into a YouTube video, but it needs to be efficient, aka you shouldn't spend 10 hours on one stream, and it needs to be sustainable so that you have fun doing it. So what you could do, for example, is create an interesting game over 5 days, then take those 5 recordings and cut them into, I don't know, 1 hour, 50 minutes, 30 minutes of content, and then upload that to YouTube. That is a lot of work though, going through, let's say, 10 streams, and you stream for like 8 hours every day. That's 80 hours of recording. Watching 80 hours of recording could potentially be 80 hours of work. So you gotta be very careful. Maybe you need to wait to place multiple units. No, it's fine, because this is not gonna happen, bro. Anyways, let's see. Please work, please don't crash. Finding YouTube channels that give up makes me sad. It's just how it is, you know. People get into it, they see that it's a lot of work, and they stop. It's ultimately not what they want to do, so that's fine. But yeah, I see what you mean, right? You found one that you like, and then... Alright. Guys, is that a bit too much? What do you think? So, I think it's a little bit crazy on the eyes. Yeah. What do you think? Yeah. What do you think, guys? Looks good? Don't play in the dark. Yeah. Nah, it looks perfect. Or should I just display it on one unit? To be honest, stopping when figuring out it takes too much time is not wrong. It's better than taking other people's work and talking over it instead. Shut the fuck up, bitch. I do more than just react content, okay? So piss off. You're wrong. It looks so amazing. So I could do this, by the way. Instead of doing it for every unit, we just break. And then we just do it for one. Okay, so this is what it would look like for one unit. What do you guys think? One unit or all units? As AQ said, it would be staggered given you won't have 3k to begin with, right? Yes, but ultimately later on, when you do have a lot of money and you beat round, let's say, 50, this could happen. Give me a second. Someone is at the door. Okay, I'm back. Did you guys hear the baby? Did you guys hear that? No. Okay. Okay, bro. Thank you very much for following, Iron. Guys, now, one effect or multiple effects? One effect or multiple? What do you think? Tell me. Multiple or one? What do you guys say? Someone suggested a wave. All? All of them send it. But then I don't do the skill point. I don't do the +1 skill point. I think the +1 skill point is too much. The floating text. We'll turn this off. We'll do that maybe some other time. Guys, it's too much. Don't you understand? How about a queue ordered by time and position? More on that later, so that only a certain number of messages can appear. That position could be a distance to a corner. Imagine a wave pop-up message would be very satisfying. That is work, but I think it would be satisfying. Now, guys, it's literally just a... I think that's better. What did you do to the chat? They all turned into gamblers, Cakes. I don't know. Eat the nails and they regrow. Science? What? How many fingers have you bitten off by now? Just the nails and they regrow. AQ. Yeah, I know you're right, AQ. It's crazy on the eyes. But I don't think it will look like this. All but not at the same time? No, it has to be at the same time. We'll keep it like this, guys. It's fine. Thanks for the feedback. Leave it for now. We'll leave it for now. Okay, very cool. We now have experience distribution when the round ends. And that allows us to better balance the rounds. And now the last thing that I would like to work on is this little here, the 20. I feel like this changes sometimes, which is wrong. So let's take a look. It turned to 19 right now. Why does it turn to 19? It should be 20. Why is it 19? So the difference between... This should still be 20, is what I'm saying. Why is it 19? Why does it say 20 here? And then 19 here. This is wrong. So to me, this looks like a lesser equal sign or something. Level data. Display spawn count. Enemies left to spawn. It looks like to me that the level time the round math. Maybe it's this imprecision turning from float to int. It's perfectly divisible and then we lose some accuracy here. It shouldn't really change. Because the moment I spawn an enemy... I wonder what this does, what this says. Enemies left to spawn is 19 and we have 0 here. Then if I restart, it says 20. So this should be 20 left to spawn. Yeah, we have 20 left to spawn. So, And the level time here. I hate that. By the way, why do they depend on the timer? Well, they do depend on the timer because every enemy is time-based. So I know that there's some form of imprecision going on here. Time end is 20. So the moment it doesn't make much sense because I should have spawned an enemy then. We are greater than start timer. Yeah, okay, man. It's got to be something with this. Give me a second, guys. I need to help really quickly. All right. I think it's the difference between greater but 0 something. No, I think it's the difference between this time step here. We have 1 second time step, and then this is from 0. Essentially, we need to add in to this time. So essentially, I don't know how to explain it, but only visual. I don't have an exclamation mark game right now. What if you round up the time end minus the level time? I think it's this. Let's say this is time, right? This is how long we spawn. This is the spawn interval. All right, and then these are the steps at which they spawn. I think what's happening here is if we take the entire thing and let's say this is 20 seconds, right? Now, here we have 0 and here we have 20. And so we spawn 20 divided by 1. (20 units). Now what happens here is if we start incrementing the timer and we start from this point here. Now what we have is 19.5 divided by 1, which results in 19. it's this portion that's fucked up. And so maybe I do need to round up. Now, what happens if we have a step of 2? Let's make an example where we have a step of 2. So 20 divided by 2. That would mean we have 10. And then 19.5 divided by 2 would mean we have... I think I'm gonna do that in my head, bro. 9.75. So maybe I do need to round up. And we have... ultimately the result needs to be round up, but this is 19 flat. So what do I round up essentially? Let's say if this is round up, then we still have the issue of, okay, if I round up, then we are 19. But if I have 18.5 rounded would turn into 19. And now 19 divided by 2, it's still 9.5. So what do we do here? We can't have 9.5. You need to round before the cast. I know that, guys. I do know that. Why not just keep a counter for each batch holding the number of enemies spawned? We discussed this earlier because I will change the counter while iterating on the game. And therefore, round to the nearest 2. Thank you, my man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, brother. So what I think I need to do here is to factor in the time step, the step. I need to work with this. So what I'm thinking of is to go, in this case, 19.5. Add in the 1 second. And then maybe floor this. That would mean we have... I think I need to add in the step at all times. Unless, of course, I have 20. So, like, if I have 20, adding in the step would result in 1 more. So, like, I need to figure out a way where if it's 20, I don't add in the step. If it's less than 20, then I do add in the step. Because this would result in 20.5. And then it would work. So, like, I could do something stupid here, but I could essentially do... Are you doing some fancy rounding to the nearest multiple or something? You could add another counter error. I agree, creating more if statements is actually more readable. You don't mean that on purpose, right? You don't mean that on purpose. You're just saying that, right? You don't actually mean it. Isn't it just rounding up all the time? 9.2 is still 20. Guys, it works for 1, but it doesn't work for a step of 2. If I round up 18.5, I result in 19, which is still 10 enemies to spawn, because I didn't spawn that enemy yet. My man, Kern, thank you very much for subscribing with Prime. I really appreciate it. And Arcane TD, thank you very much for subscribing with Prime too. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Guys, so this would result in 9.5. So I would still have to round this up too. So maybe I always have to round up. So the final result... No, but this doesn't work. Well, okay, fine. I round this up. I don't think it works. I don't think it works, actually. Let me see. Let's create another example, okay? Oh, great. This is 20 seconds, okay? Let's say we have a step of 3. Then we have 20 divide. Let's do 4. Step of 4 is better. It's easier to divide. 5. Now, let's say we do 19 divided by 4. 19 divided by 4 is 4.75. Okay, so that would be round up 4.75. I think you're right, sir. We need to round up both. If you want the spawner to work, you have to implement it in Excel formulas. It's the only way. Okay, bro. Excel formulas. My brother with clean code now. That train left the station, 20,000 lines of code ago. Shut the fuck up. So I think this just has to be round up. So that would be seal. F. Maybe this works. Both of them have to be sealed. I think. Maybe it works. We'll test. Hopefully it does. Would be awesome if it does. Please tell me it does, man. Oh, that does look good. Oh. Oh. Ooh. By the way, it does look laggy. Is it just me? Well, it does have 800 FPS right now. Doesn't actually look laggy. Oh. LOL? Guys! My game has 800 FPS. I have twice as much FPS right now. I did some changes to how I calculate shit. And I doubled my FPS. So the rework actually did something, lol. Big dick support, yeah, sir. I wonder how that works. Lol. I did have some weird issues with for loops in my entities. Maybe that was the issue. That's some optimization, or you deleted something important. No, I didn't delete anything important. The game still runs. Okay, I think I like it, actually. Now, why did I do this? I'll show you. Take a look at the 20 here. You know, how many enemies are still left to spawn? And we are in round 3 right now, okay? Take a look. Round 3. Now, we are spawning 20 crawlers. We're spawning 12 dark enemies. I'm Robot, thank you very much for 30 bits. Wait, no wait, that was the wrong round. Sorry. This is actually round 3. Imagine being proud of 900 FPS with 15 sprites. Should be more like 2000. Enemies counter jumped in the middle of the round. It looked really wrong. Yes, they did. Something's wrong here. Oh, I know why. I know why. I still need to calculate them. But I don't spawn them. Yeah, wait. Level data at the top. Yeah, wait. This is it. This should look better. Alright, let's quickly finish this. This should look better. 10 enemies left to spawn. I think this works now. I know why this happened. It's fine. There we go. Okay, cool. 53. Ah, I have an idea. I know what to do. This works now. You could read my previous message, you overcomplicated it. Wait a minute, what did you say? Counter issues. Dude, at round end, check the next round. Sum up the enemies and just decrease the counter on each spawn. No need for that time-related bullshit. You're wrong. You are wrong, sir. You're wrong. Take a look at this. So we have 33 enemies right now, okay? Why did the counter decrease, man? You're not supposed to do that. Guys, I need this to debug my level. Fuck, man. Why did it go from 33 to 32? Without me killing an enemy. That makes no sense. There's got to be some issue here. With this here. You can set the keybind on hits built-in debug trap the moment of triggering. You should make the game delete system 32 when losing a level. No, I don't need that, and you're wrong. It's been a long time ago I removed that feature. Collector of stuff. I don't have Bezier curve spawning anymore. I did have that a while ago, yes. Like 2 years ago. He should make the game delete system 32. Yeah, sure, bro. Fuck, man. Oh. I know why. This was it. Okay, this was it. You guys don't understand the genius of this, but it's fine. Let's see, 20. The first thing should be 20. Let's calculate the round 2. It is 28. Round 2 is 28. Now, this is why I do this. Take a look. Round 2, right? So I'm saying, I want to spawn 22 crawlers and 6 dark units. No, but instead of 6, I want to spawn 8. Now, the 19 should go up by 2. And it should spawn. This is the first dark one. Second. We count. 3, 4, 5. Wait, are we in round 3? Oh, we were in round 3, of course. Wait. Was this round 2? Wait, so we have 32 right now. Let's turn this to 40. Wait, I'm a moron. It's not changing this. Wait, I'm an idiot. It's support. Wait. Let's undo this too. Actually, I guess 6 is fine. So here's why I do this. We are currently in round 4, right? No, round 3. So if I change this from 12 dark crawler skeletons to 16, the counter should jump by 4. See that? How it jumped by 4 right now? And now instead of 12, we have 16 dark skeletons spawning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that means an if check is wrong on the level data thing here. It seems like it should have It should spawn... Actually, this if check here doesn't really matter. I guess it needs to be greater. Needs to be greater here. And then in the spawn system, I think this needs to be greater too. Right? Does that make any difference? What happened to the +1 in seal? So you're telling me this time related bullshit is only to increase the counter while you change the level data? Yes, it's for debugging reasons, exactly. Yes, sir. You have no idea how... You have no fucking clue. Like, you have no idea how my spawn system was before. I'm gonna ban you for this, actually, for 5 minutes. You have no idea. Like, this guy's making fun of something you don't understand. See you in a second, bruh. Okay. You're stupid. Like, you don't understand the genius behind this. So this was not only because... Yeah, to explain it to you, okay, you moron. It's not only because... I can now change the level data while it's running. It is also before, if I made any code changes while the round was running, it would literally spawn me every single unit that was supposed to spawn from the very beginning of the round to the point where I was in the round. So if I had already spawned 100 units, it would package them all on top of one spot and spawn them all at once because the data got reset. Okay, bruv? So... You're wrong in assuming that you know what you're talking about. You don't. Now, we have an issue, guys. I think. I think what we have to do here, and this could be an issue. Let me explain to you using paint. So I think the last issue that we have, we need to fix that and then we have it done. So let's say we have 0 and 20 seconds here, okay? And then we accumulate the delta time each frame, right? We plus delta time each frame. And we store that in a variable called time. Okay. Wait a minute. So essentially how the spawning system works, if we divide 20 by 20, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth go to 20. So now delta time works if we check if time is greater or equals to, let's say, 12. Then we spawn. Now what we do here then is we spawn here, 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 and ultimately here. But that would result in 19 actual spawns, I think. Or am I coping here? Am I coping? Shouldn't this result in 19? So why does it spawn, why does it say 20? On the first round, why does it say 20? Let's restart. Why does it say actually 28? Let me check the first round. It says 20 here. Not sure why it says 28. Oh, it's round 2, eh? Round 1. You stupid. Why does it say too many? Yes, 19. Let's see, let's count. How many do we have? When they all spawned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's 19. Now it's 19. It turned to 19. These off by 1 errors here, they spawn 20. So I think my spawning system isn't it for the issue while it should be less than equal to b? The issue is that we could have the frame between here and here could be the delta time. The delta time, the accumulation of time could be 20.5, and then by that point the level time is already greater than the end time, but we didn't spawn the latest one yet. So I think what I would like to do here is add in the spawn batch dot time step. That would allow me to spawn the latest one too. I think. Just do 21, problem solved. Won't the problem persist on later levels? I don't think so. Feels like a drift. Yeah, I could be wrong here. Level time plus 0.5 won't do it. If you seal the time. You mean I should floor the time here? This should be floored. That could make sense. That could work. So if I floor this, then that could work. If I floor this here. It all depends on how much I increment the level time by. And I know that at most, every tick will be at most 0.35 or 0.5 seconds. So you guys know how lags in games can cause delta time to grow out of hand. Delta time in my game is this delta time variable here is at most 0.5 f, 0.5 seconds. I clamp this, even if I have a laggy frame. So it could potentially work. It's a bit annoying, for sure. Both works. No fixed time steps. That makes everything a pain to reason about. Yeah, fixed time steps will happen later. But even on fixed time steps, you can run in this issue. The issue of having 20.5 here and then checking against 20. This issue right here is still there. So there needs to be a way to handle this. We'll be able to do this. I'll test this right now and see if it works. Let's test. By the way, restarting seems to turn it to round 2 sometimes, which is odd. Alright, wait, shit. Let's see, how many do you spawn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's good. Fixed time steps allows you to use ints for anything time related. We'll see, AQ. Maybe you're right. But for now, I think I fixed it. It's a bit annoying. It is the first iteration of this type of spawning system, but I really like it because now I can go ahead and say, okay, well, I have 20 enemies in round 1. How about I go into round 1 right now, and instead of 20, I say 40. And now that effectively extends round 1 by another 20 enemies, and we can test whether that's a good idea or not. And now I can effectively go ahead and balance round 1 with however enemies I want to, and I still have enough experience points after the round is over to know that, oh, I will be level up by this round. And that allows me to balance against rounds and not against enemies giving experience points. And we also share, no, we have to also distribute the experience rounds properly. Now this is 28, let's check really quickly, and that is correct. Round 2 should be 28.
Oh.
Cool. This allows me to debug stuff in the future much better. I think we made good progress with this. It's much better, yes. So I can even go ahead and it's like, okay, fine. That's not enough. How about we do 24? Then it gives me 2 more enemies here, going to 30. I think this is nice. It also allows me to, you know, space enemies out. It's like, okay, well, instead of 2, let's do 1. Right, and then, okay, the crawlers here, maybe they spawn on 10. Thank you very much for following, Mixedge. Hello there. Yeah, good morning. Hello. Hope you're doing good, bro. Cool. I like it. Round too long. It's boring to sit there and one-shot the same enemy. It's not one-shot, bro. You're wrong.